Okay. Hold on. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. So, I've been doing some thinking about a lot of stuff, and I had like this epiphany moment. So, I was talking to a friend about my life and choices and stuff like that. And I was talking to her about how I feel like people trying to control me, and then they want to get mad at me when I don't listen to them. It's like, as long as I'm listening to what they say, then everything's cool. But as soon as I decide to follow my own advice, all of a sudden people want to get mad because I'm not doing exactly what they say do. And to me, I don't understand that, because it's like, I have a voice of my own. So why, when I express myself, people want to get mad? Like, it don't make sense to me. It's like, as long as I'm listening to somebody else, everything's good. But as soon as I want to listen to me, I'm wrong. So when I was talking, I thought of you. You popped in my head. And I don't understand why every single time you give me some type of advice, and you get mad at me when I don't listen to all of it. But technically, when you tell me stuff, I hear you. I hear you completely. I got you. I hear you. But certain things at that time, when you tell me, I might not receive all of it at one time. It might not click till like next week. So I was like, oh, this is what she meant. So, yeah. So you can't get mad at me when I don't listen to what you say as soon as you tell me. Because when I go to you for advice, just know I'm going to you to help me with a situation. I'm not technically going to you so you can solve it. So that's one of the things it just got to me. And I was thinking about how quickly you let people or certain situations change your mood. Like, I can't control how you feel. I really can't. Even though I try, I just can't. But I don't get it. It's like, it's a lot of things I don't get. So, I feel like I need to express. Why, when you're like really, really, really over the top happy, which is not often, why do you let one situation alter your whole mood? Like, doesn't make sense. Like, in life, there's going to be a lot of obstacles. There's going to be a lot of people saying stuff. It's going to be a lot of things happening. And it's like, you can't keep letting things control you. You might not see it that way, but from the outside looking in, that's how I see it. And I feel like if you want to be happy or if you want to be loved, make yourself that way. Don't depend on somebody else to do it for you. Don't depend on somebody else to always be there. If you want true happiness, you have to go out and you have to get it. It ain't going to just fall in your lap. You can pray about it as much as you want, but if you're not really focused and determined in getting it, happiness is not going to be there. It's like, I feel like until you find true happiness within yourself, don't get mad at me when I say this part, but I feel like until you find true happiness within yourself, every relationship you're going to get in is going to fall apart. Because you let your past or your insecurities or your trust issues or everything that you dealt with in your life, you let that consume you to the point that you start blocking out stuff. You start blocking out good people. You keep pushing people away because they don't do what you say when you want them to do it. You can't be like that if you want to keep people. Like, certain, I'm not telling you to change, but the way you see certain things, they need adjustment. Like, I'm not being mean when I say this. I'm giving you tough love because I want you to see what I see. And you keep telling yourself that you're not going to go back to certain people. You're going to leave exes alone. But honestly, do you mean that? Or do you say that because at that moment, that's how you're feeling? Like, I need to get clarification on that. Really, I don't need to get clarification because it's up to you whether you clarify it. But I want clarification on that because it's like, you saying it, but it's like, I don't want you go back to the same people that hurt you, that piss you off, that did so much bad stuff to you, and you kept saying that, oh, I'm not going to go back, oh, this is the last time, oh, that's the last time, but then you fell in the trap again. You let them tell you what you want to hear, and then you're like, you know what, maybe they're right, or maybe they're going to change, and you dive right back into the relationship. And the same thing happens. They hurt you, they lie to you, they don't give you enough attention. Like, when are you going to learn that if you keep going back to somebody and expecting things to change, they're not going to change? It's like they might come off like, oh, I changed in the beginning, and then like 2 months later, the same person they was is still there. Like, I believe people can change, but I also believe it takes a while for somebody to fully commit and actually change. They can tell themselves over and over and over and over and over, I'm going to change, but anything can set them back. So all I'm telling you, my best advice from you from experience is, I know you want to be loved, I know you want to be appreciated, I know you want to be happy, you want to get married, you want to have your big family, all that. But I feel like in order for you to really, truly be happy and be successful in life, is stop going back. Stop it. Just focus on finding somebody new. No matter how much your exes might say something to you and it just seems so sweet. It just seems like, oh, they changed, oh, they want me back. Don't give them that satisfaction of hurting you again. Do not go back. At first, I was like, you know, she should go back to this person, or she should go back to that person. At first, I was all cool with it. I was like, yeah, go back. And people always want to throw in that saying that true love never dies. People always want to play that guilt trip. Oh, true love never dies. Oh, true love never dies. Don't do that. Just because true love never dies does not mean you have to keep going back to the same person that is emotionally, physically, and mentally draining you. That does not mean you have to keep going back. True love never dies, but at the same time, you need to know your limits. You need to know how much you can get from somebody. You need to know how much that person can benefit you. If you're in a relationship and you feel alone, then why are you still fighting for it? It doesn't make any sense. If somebody wants you back, but all of a sudden, like, when y'all were in a relationship together, they seem like they didn't care about your feelings, they seem like they didn't care about nothing. Now all of a sudden, y'all broken up and they care about your feelings, that's fake. Do not fall into the trap. I'm not saying that you can't love your exes. I'm not saying you can't love your ex-friends. I'm not saying that you can't love people. All I'm saying is, to me, in my eyes, is my opinion, love has its limits. Love really does. It's like you can only go so far with somebody. Some people that you date, you're not meant to date them. You're just meant to be friends with them. Some people you date and you can't stand them, but then you be friends with them, and it's like you can tell them everything. Not everybody is meant for you to date. So, like, I'm going to just keep saying this over and over and over because I want to get stuck in your head. No matter how good a situation may look on the outside, does not mean in the inside they have good intentions. Don't let somebody change your thought because, oh, well, I knew this person for years. Oh, this person has a baby. Like, don't let those little things make you feel like you have to jump back into a relationship with that person. Like, I know that you get attached to little kids easily. I know that you get, basically you say I know you. But all I'm saying is do not jump into a relationship because you think they changed, because most likely they didn't. Don't get in a relationship because that person has a child that you got attached to. Do not go back. It's going to be hard. They're going to say sweet things. They're going to know exactly how to get in your heart. They're going to know what to say. It's like, when somebody knows you, they can easily get to you. So you have to know what's real from the bullshit. And sometimes it's easy to figure it out, and sometimes it's not. But all I'm going to tell you is, if you really want to be happy, make yourself happy. Don't depend on somebody. Don't depend on certain circumstances. If you want to be happy, find happiness within yourself. And be careful what you say out your mouth, because whatever you say most likely is going to affect your day in some kind of way. Like if you wake up in the morning and you say, oh, I'm going to have a bad day, most likely you're going to have a bad day because you done spoken into existence. Like if you tell yourself, oh, well, I'm mad at her, you're going to stay mad at that person. I'm not telling you, basically I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just giving you some suggestions of how to stay in a better mood longer. Because there's always going to be obstacles, there's always going to be people, there's always going to be something that's out there to piss you the fuck off. There's always going to be something. But if you can look at that situation and find a positive in it, then you will be okay. As long as you stay determined and motivated into what you want, you will be fine. But no matter what happens, stop going back to Texas. Just stop. Don't do it. And I'm sitting here telling you this, and I'm thinking something in my head. I'm not going to speak it, but I'm thinking something in my head. But just know I'm taking my own advice too. But I want you happy. I really want to see you happy. I want to see you smile, you know, sexy dimples and everything. But at the same time, I need you to realize who your real friends are, and the friends that's just trying to, how can I say this in a nice way? Actually, there's no nice way. Your real friends and then the ones who trying to fuck up your life, they may look real, but they're not. But I'm not saying that you can't be friends with your exes. I'm not saying that at all. But at the same time, you got to know which ones are worth being friends with and which ones you know for a fact it will never work. Like, you cannot be friends with them. I'm not telling you to make these decisions now. It might take you a while before you can come to the conclusion. It might take you a while before you can grasp everything I'm saying in this message. But just know that I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you life. I'm trying to help you go stronger in some departments that I can see that you're still weak in. Whether you see it or not, I still see it. It's like, yeah, I can't explain it any better way. I just want you to live up to your full potential and stop letting family, so-called friends, and exes alter your decisions. Do not let anybody change who you are, no matter what. And be careful who you tell your feelings to, and be careful who you confide in, because I'm the same people that could turn on you in the long run. I'm not saying you can't trust people, but all I'm saying is be careful of the ones that you so-called trust. Yeah, be careful of the ones you so-called trust. I'm trying to think of something that I want to tell you, but it's on the tip of my tongue, but it just won't come out. Oh yeah, I hope you don't get offended by anything I said, because I'm just keeping it real. I'm not sugarcoating it. Let's see. Anything else I want to tell her? Can't think of nothing else on the top of my head. Yeah, I think that's about it. So after you watch this message, and hopefully you get the concept that I'm trying to tell you, text me or call me. Matter of fact, I might just call you within the hour anyway, just in case you have any questions. But yeah, hope I help. Bye.